All right. My guidance before I meditated, breathing techniques, a lot of them this time for a little while, right? My guidance was just sit in the house with the Syrian general and just be. That's Poppy General. So I'm just gonna sit and hang out with General in the house and just be, right? But I just found out from my mom. We actually spoke on the phone. It's been probably, God, I don't even keep track, a long time. She did try to call me, I think near my birthday. I couldn't answer the phone. But she confirmed that she's really scared of what's going on. Yeah, so all the stuff I mentioned about fear, how she's handling it, you know? But she told me that my paternal father, he's my paternal father, he's not a dad. Look up these definitions, all right? Is in Mexico. This is the paternal father married to that Renee Teixeira that reached out on Facebook. All right. I don't know these people very well. It's kind of doesn't serve as much of a purpose to get into too much narrative about the times in my life where I was around them. It doesn't. But to give clarity, probably about less than a year, maybe, I would say 6 months, 7 altogether, I've been around them. Renee Teixeira and my dad, Stephen Gringer. Apparently he's in Mexico. He's not my dad, let's keep it straight. It's for me to keep myself on point. He's paternal father. It's for me emotionally to not become upset, because you start to get upset if you put these wrong, what's the word, connotations, I think? My vocabulary is gone. You put wrong connotations on people, it confuses only yourself. So keep it straight, look up the definition, all right? While I was on the phone with my mom, through the white noise machine, 2 separate, really loud sirens, just different calls, different 911 responses, not the same. And 1 helicopter. It's impossible to do anything here, and we know that. We know that. I can't have the white noise blasting like I do. I have it loud. Not blasting, but, you know, pretty loud. It works very effectively. I don't hear it. And I can also think, do things, focus. All right, we're all adults. So I don't have to have the salsa going. I love the salsa, but I did some really good work to all that salsa. It was pre-pandemic, but it's time. It's time. My brain needs to slow it down. After the pandemic is part of it, the stress that causes anybody, okay? It's just compiling too much. Let's find another alternative option to try to cope with living in Washington, D.C. So it was really nice to talk to her. And she apparently reached out to Renee on Facebook. I told her, be careful about reaching out to these Jasmines, these cousin Jasmines, these cousins Angels, these Renee Teixeiras that they're around us from Washington State. Be careful, all right? And then I told her, if it ever starts to feel weird, just cut the interaction off, okay? That's all you got to do. I'm not worried about my mother's safety. My mom's safe. Sorry, Ayatollah of Iran. All right? Sorry, fucking dick. So, but for her own emotional and mental well-being, she can do what she likes. It's her prerogative. I want to reach out to these cousins and stuff, but if it gets a little weird, all right. These cousins and stuff are not nice people. They'd be willing to do a lot more than just a little weird things to other folks. I know about these folks in my family. But let's look up the definition of family. And let's equate and connotate this relation properly. These people are related to me. Biologically, some through legal marriage, like Renee Teixeira. They are not whatsoever, by definition, anything in the spectrum of family. Let's keep it real. Thank you. So, I did my breathing and calm down time and just all this stuff, whatever. Little guidance. But I didn't get into the guidance too much of the stuff that I'm capable of. I didn't feel the need to find out the dynamic, the prompting, all this of Renee reaching out on Facebook. No, we know it's bullshit. But my mother apparently reached out to Renee, and Renee called her. Renee would not disclose where she last knew of my paternal father's whereabouts in the country of Mexico. And she apparently was reaching out in response to my mother's friend request that she had sent to Renee Teixeira. Now, my mom has no idea about these people. No. This is an underground white nationalist movement. I didn't warn my mom about Renee. It's another really scary siren going by. I never thought I needed to. I didn't know my mom would be at home deciding to friend request Renee. Like, why would you do that? I can't tell you. This is Renee. This is what I'll just say real quick, okay? On the film here. She's all kinds of Alaska. She's all kinds of fishing boats. She's all kinds of moving things, moving stuff. We're adults here, right? I don't need to keep defining things for you. You can look it up. They're all kinds of interesting folks. Now, my paternal father, in and out of that world. Not as much as Renee, because she's the one that's got a brain. My dad's cuckoo, just cuckoo. And had an alcohol issue. He's been declared sober for a decade, okay? Maybe so. Legally divorced from Renee. This is everything I just got over. I might be not getting all the details here. I remember them, but, as far as spitting out right now. Legally divorced from Renee for 5 years. I had no idea. I assumed he was deceased, my paternal father. A little sadness, when I say that statement, because maybe I could have tried to have a relationship with him in my adult life, but we know that's not really possible. Last time I talked to him, I was in New York. He said he loved me, but it did, the whole context of that. Look up defined father and look up paternal father, okay? So at that point, I was in my third year of traumatic therapy, PTSD therapy. I was pretty angry about a lot of stuff. You go through that. You accept it, you realize it, you get angry about it, then you just kind of recover from it. And I was angry at everybody in my family. That's my own personal business way back through years of therapy that I had to go through. My mom is a sweetheart. I love my mom, so let's just not start going into this insanity. But my therapists were suggesting to stop keeping contact because they were trying to get it over to me, the definition of father, the definition of paternal father, because I was living in this world where I never had these things. So you cling into something that's not even theirs. You're making this up in your head. And you're getting all, let's just say a synopsis, you're getting all kinds of caught up in sadness and pain and negativity because you're never going to get it out of those individuals. But because you wanted it so bad, because it's a normal human need, you kept telling yourself stories in your head like it's not your dad. You need to look up that definition. And that shit can be so hard to face. Some people never face a lot of these things. I had years of therapy. Same with my sibling. My sibling, she's not a sister. She's a sibling. I hardly know her. She basically left my life when she moved out when I was 12. Let's keep it real, man. I do have some more interaction with her. We had times throughout these years to bond, but they weren't. Sister, look up the definition and look. We need to keep it real here. For my own mental health, I had years of therapy, folks. My sister along the way got caught up in the far right and with organized crime. I wouldn't know. I don't know. But this is one reason why she swore me so off. And then nobody can understand why. Right. I can't have anything to do with anyone. I've already put into a written statement that my mom will admit it when she feels maybe she wants to. She has nothing to do with them, but we have knowledge of family out in Yakima and these distant, they're not family, but relatives. Let's keep the definition straight here, because it does irritate me highly. It's legal, dude. Let's keep the definition straight. We have biological relatives out in different parts of Washington State that are in the KKK. This has always been known in my family that we have this issue. One of them got killed by a Mexican. I remember that. Just some weird stuff. If someone wants to come talk to me, I could get a little bit more in detail, but that's exactly the point. If it's this way, this is what we're going to get. So, okay. I know I'm kind of pivoting, but just let me just process my thoughts. I was kind of shocked, and this is a lot of information, so I didn't write it down or take notes or anything, so just bear with me. But so a lot of my family got caught up in this weird white stuff. Like, I'm white, like we're white, I'm white. I never got caught up in the white, I'm white, you know? Some of them did. And so but let's not call it family. Biological relatives, siblings, she's not a sister. Not in any way, and we're not going to argue legal facts, all right? I live in the real world. Let Trump and the White House argue alternative facts and legal stuff. Some facts are facts, Trump, and you know that. You really know that now, because you're crying about your little Tinseltown trucks. Every day I remind you what facts are, Trump. All right. So I'm going to keep it with the adults here. So I have biological relatives within what you would call, well, I'm a real stickler on definition when it comes to my personal life. I am. Let's just leave it at that. That got caught up in the far right. And my sister, not so much, but it's mostly organized crime. Ask her, dude, because I hardly know her. My dad, I don't think so much. I think he kind of always wanted to be into this OC lifestyle, you know. He saw himself as maybe a rebel cowboy. It's not a dad, paternal father that I can say I witnessed and encountered when I short stint of my life that I ever met him. But I don't believe that he really carried out any criminal, real serious acts. I do believe Renee Teixeira is, and is still in that total thing. She's all kinds about with the far right. So the fact that my mom contacted her, my mom would have no idea with Renee. I knew. I never told my mom. I didn't think my mom would be fucking sending a friend request. All right? My mom's kind of loose cannon sometimes. So I don't care why Renee reached out. I'm not contacting that woman. But I found out my father, I assumed, was deceased, is actually divorced from her. And look at these places these folks go. She's all kinds of far right. Oh, by the way, they own, I'm not going to say what kind of property. She's a property owner. I believe she still is. I haven't done my green lights. I don't want to do my green lights right now. Right there by Blaine, by the border of Canada. They've been there forever. This is like old school. Like these folks be doing this a long time. I'm sure she got into this a while ago with the Alaska. She's like married to the state of Alaska, this Teixeira. And he goes to Mexico. I don't know either of these people, but look where they go. So I'm kind of in shock. I don't believe he's alive. I believe if my father passed away, he'll spend some time in the hell dimension. He'll figure it out when he's over there what his paternal daughter, not daughter, but because I never had the opportunity to be one, what I really am. I was kind of put in the biogenome thing. I tried to explain it's all extraterrestrial stuff, but no one wants to hear that. I get chased around for it. So, and I think if he's over there in the hell dimension, he won't be there for too long. He'll try to help me out over there, because they do that. And they get out. They can leave and go, I don't remember where, but they don't not all of them sit in hell. No, not forever. Some of them get out. I think in some ways, my paternal father would get a free, not a free pass, but a forgive him pass, because he's so cuckoo. Okay, and I don't know what kind of stuff happened to him. He might have had some really bad shit happen to him. Incest, who knows, right? From his family on Lummi Island. So you don't know what's happened to everybody, exactly what's going on. And now the angels do. So I just don't think he's going to sit in rotten hell forever if he is deceased. I believe he's deceased. This is why I say that. He has been, no one knows his whereabouts in Mexico, the country of Mexico, for I think like a year now. She gives my mom the spiel that he's in Mexico and they're just keeping in contact. No, dude, this is a far right thing all the way. And I don't know. I don't know him. I looked a little bit like him, but that's the biogenome. He's almost pure Scottish. Some of this is very factual. I don't know what to say. I was a little bit in shock. I couldn't tell my mom this stuff. No, it's best I don't have that kind of dialogue. But I was in shock that he was in Mexico and that they're so caught up in the far fucking right and the overthrow. I knew it about Renee. I think my dad's trying to help me. If he's alive, he's trying to help me. I don't know why he would do that. I think he actually is over in the hell dimension and he's trying to help me there. Not to get out of hell. No, there's just stuff that happens when you're there that you get spoken to and you see things that maybe you couldn't see here, you know? So, I'm not angry with him. But they're so caught up in the far right. That's what I was in shock about. And I can't tell my mom that. No, and I'd rather not. I love my mom. Leave my mom out of it. So this is also another thing. My mom does know what's going on here in Washington, D.C. She did say to me that she's aware of how dangerous this country is right now under the white nationalist despots. And that she's afraid that, you know, she didn't say it, but she's afraid they're going to take over. She, I don't know why, but when we have dialogue, it's not really strong, like statements made. It's all kind of flippant and flase. But she still won't admit that. I've been telling her that for years. But she will admit that she's scared of it now. I'm not angry at my mom. It has to do with how she's dealing with fear. But she is aware of what is happening to me here. And she is able to connect why it's happening to me here. I love her for that. I told her, listen, like I've always told her, and I said, I've been telling you this for years. So I know you're going to remember it. The white nationalist won't be able to overthrow. And then she goes and says something I can't remember right now. But this is her nature. When you tell her something, she has to disagree. She's a little bit like that. It's just how she is. So she's all, well, I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. I'm like, okay. All right. Go ahead and be uncertain about that. I've always told you before you even knew or wanted to tell me you knew. You told me other things in contrary. I'm not mad at you that this was happening and that they wouldn't get away with it. So now that you know what's happening and we're kind of having some dialogue that we're on the same page now, she still wants to say, well, I don't know. She's not with them. My mom is not far right. No, she's just like that. Which is why the mom I knew most of my life I always bickered with. Endless bickering. Yeah, until I became understanding of her. And then that bickering stopped because I realized don't bicker. Don't bicker. There's no reason to bicker endlessly. It's not that she's a bad person. My mom's a sweetheart. And I pray for her and my stepdad every day. They're all good. They're all good. But it was some progress to be made. That she's totally aware of what's going on in D.C. That was such a beautiful thing. And it was really shocking to hear how caught up in neo-Nazism, yet more of my family, well, let's get the definition of family correct. Biological relatives are. So let's review this. We have Eric Williams, whose brother-in-law and brother, they were brothers. They have an actual definition, brother relationship. Brother, Russian organized crime. Brother-in-law, straight Kremlin. Nephew, Kremlin, Russian organized crime. That, my family, my celestial family, had me meet Eric and plopped me right into his family. For how many fucking decades, right? No one but my family, my celestial family, knew that shit. Oh, no. Nobody knew that until I came out. And then I met the general. He was a colonel then. And I started hitting his brother, Tim Williams. I started hitting Bob Sawin, his brother-in-law. And I started hitting Tucker Sawin, the State Department or some sort of security guy involved with Russia, Ukraine, the Williams family. I started doing that back in New York City with the colonel at the time, general. All right. That was my celestial family. Plopped me into that. My celestial family also plopped me through bioengineering or biogenomes, that stuff I put online. They can do this. They're highly intelligent. Into a family. There was a lot of reasons for it. The biogenome was important. But into a family that has a long history of being KKK, Ku Klux Klan, far right in Washington State. This is one of the regions, Northwest Territory, that Barr and all the white nationals are trying to go after right now. It's all been on my account. I don't want to keep covering the same material. They won't, like I said, have anything but more than a day if they get it. And what I'm concerned about, what I basically think, and I choose to believe will happen, which I've come to the acceptance of, is that a lot of chemical weapons will be used in certain parts of populated areas of Washington State. And I hope to God, Russia, you don't fucking do that. It's not the white nationalists, KKK here, that would be doing that. Remember, they fight too much. I'm telling you, I don't even keep tabs anymore on who gets along anymore on what day. They're schizophrenic, this whole group. But where it's going to end up is Russia and Iran are going to come here and just fucking blah. That's all they'll do. They won't take our flag, like I said, or any of that. But it's going, ooh, Lord. I can imagine if they have a big enough fight one of these days, they're really going to get smacked down with the, the KKK keep fucking yapping at everybody. Yap. You're going to get smacked down. You're asking for it. No, they'll get it. They'll get it because this is too important to the Middle East to lose this territory here. It's a failed state. Everybody wants it, So, all right. So I'm just kind of in shock. I haven't meditated and asked for my green lights on what the general knows because I'm cut off with direct communication with him. I know what the general looks like. I know a lot about him. But I don't have the phone conversations and stuff. So that'll be insight for me. Because, yeah, dude, these are some of the best in the world. I know there's more than 100 of them. I'll just say that. I won't say how many. Of these type of generals that are with us on our side that are saving our country, our United States sovereign territory. There's a lot of some of the best in the world with us. Yes, that's how my family planned it. But I don't know, do they know he's dead? My dad, because I assume in this last year that he's gone, no one knows his whereabouts in Mexico. He's not my dad, definition, all right? But just his paternal father, whatever. I assume he's been killed. I don't think it had anything to do with me. Unless he was trying to help me all of a sudden. Why would he do that? I think he's doing that from the hell dimension. I truly do mean that. If he ever would, it would be from there. When he starts to realize, the Supreme Court Justice and all of them do when they go over there, what I'm really all about. Right. Okay? So, that would be where. And I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at Steve Granger at all. I am a little bit for what happened here, but not really. It's cool because this is why I'm here. And they're all figuring that out when they go there. And the Supreme Court went to the light. She went to the light. She didn't go to the hell dimension to sit at all. Okay, so, but I'm in a little bit of shock about that because, right now, no one knows his whereabouts. I believe he's probably deceased. And she's all kinds of caught up in the far right. It just shocks me. Sometimes I'm like, so I wonder what the general knows now. I don't worry about what they know about this one in the Washington state that's still live, speaking, calling people on the phone. She's not missing anything. My paternal father is now missing. No one knows his whereabouts in Mexico. He's apparently been there for 5 years or some sort of thing like that. I couldn't get all these complete legal numbers, but I could give my green lights. As I said, I haven't done that yet. But I'm not concerned about what the general, all those folks know about the one, Tashara one, because they know. This is here nor there. I'm interested more in this paternal father. Where in Mexico is he? Last was, I should probably get some green lights on this, but that, I got to remember it's going to take an emotional and psychological toll on me, so I might want to wait. And if I get told, don't even worry about it, you know what? I'm going to skip it because I just can't do this. Remember where I'm at and what I'm surviving on a daily basis. I almost got run down by a garbage truck who had, I believe, huge times 10, yes, meth in his garbage truck. Right, so I have to just skip things, man, because otherwise I'm going to max out. I might have to skip where this paternal father is in Mexico, if he's even alive. If you're alive, Stephen Granger, try to do the right thing. So I'll say, I guess it's not too late to get out of the far right. Try to do the right thing. You're kind of in a weird place to do it. You're in Mexico with the Saudi prince. Or is it Iran? I haven't done status yet. I think it's more Iran down there right now. They've really taken over. They're in the Catholic churches too, but that's not for you, Stephen Granger. That's for the DC officials. But I'd like to know what the general thinks of that. What he knows about, because this is the thing. This is what's really interesting about some of this that happened. When I came into their reality, these types, like the general, when he was a colonel at the time, and all of them folks, they sometimes knew more about my not family, but biological relatives. They knew, and still do, than I fucking know. Yeah. I mean, I have really sat here clueless. This should be testament to what I've done to you folks. As clueless as you tried to make me. It really should. But don't worry about it, because that's your choice. You're going to choose you chose, all right? All I keep on telling you, these things I've known, like this is what I've known. It should be really tantamount, is that the angels want the humans to be more angel-like. You cannot be another species, all right? You got to get over that. But you can be like. And your long-term longevity, skyrocket, going to help you with that. No diseases, out, going to help you with that. All kinds of new stuff, cool stuff. They're going to help you with that. But you got to be able to coexist. I'm trying to help you with that too. That's why I keep talking to you. Right, you need to start doing some basic, what's this, what have I seen, what have I heard, and you need to start really try. You're not all that mutated. No, all of you are. You can do it. All right, God bless America. Say goodbye.